Hello guys, this is HD and welcome to the HD pregame show. We just witnessed LzGaMer versus Red on Metalopolis, where Red tried to, or at least LzGaMer tried to rush him yet again with those Reapers, and that time didn't work too well, Red actually countering it.
Yeah, he actually decided not to go for that early expansion, instead get the Zerglings like we talked about in Game 1, where that's pretty much what you have to do as a Zerg player to counter that, and it really worked out for him.
Yeah, totally. So we are going to be moving on to game number 3. They're both tied 1-1. Both games have been pretty short so far. They're going to be going on to Steps of War, which in most cases, games, I would think they end pretty quickly.
Yeah, the rush distance, like I always say, it's such a small map. The rush distance is so short, but we'll see.
All right, game number 3. Once again, this tournament brought to you by iRip. Make sure to check out their application. Go google.com. If you guys don't know what it is a hugely helpful app, especially if you own an iPod, iPhone, anything like that. So check it out.
Alrighty, so here we are in game number 3 of LzGaMer versus Rhett. Game number 1 and 2 was a big old rush. I'm just going to go ahead and start this right away if I can... There we go. Get this one going. And so, anyways, game number 1 and 2, they were really quick and sweet, like short and sweet. I guess they were probably both under about 8 minutes. And so, in game number 3, I don't know if we're going to see that same kind of build from LzGaMer. He's already done it twice.
Yeah, he did that Reaper rush twice pretty much already, going for that 10 racks, or was it 11?
He gets it around 10 and 11, right?
10, 11, and then getting that gas up and then going for those Reapers. First game worked really well, and then second game Rhett was able to respond. He saw it, and he went for those speedlings and completely busted through that front door that LzGaMer never blocked off. I guess he just forgot about it, let the Zerglings flood in, and that was all she wrote. So we're going to move on to game number 3. It looks like LzGaMer it looks like he's chosen Steps of War, and this map has probably the closest rush distance out of all the maps in StarCraft 2 right now. And look at this, he's going for another 10 racks, so maybe he's going to try that Reaper rush again. Maybe for the last week he's been practicing non-stop versus Zerg, doing the same exact build.
I think you may be right, because he could potentially do the exact same build all 3 games here. He's getting that gas early, so it's all going to come down to if we see the tech out on, which we definitely are. Maybe he'll do some sort of Thor heavy gas build like that, but currently he is just doing the same thing he's done the entire time. So if Rhett is, you know, kind of placing his bets here, he's probably betting that LzGaMer is going to do the same thing, and we'll just have to see. He got the spawning pool early, and 13. I don't think he's going to be getting that expansion again, so he's going to be in good shape again, I'd say.
Yeah, well, he's got a 14 pool right now, so it could be a fast expansion. It might not be. He sees it right now, so he sees the gas, he sees that racks again, so he knows it's coming, and he played well last game, so I can't imagine him making the same mistake. Look at that, going for the same exact build he did in game number 2, getting the gas as soon as he saw that barracks and the refinery. So now he's going to be getting those speedlings, I've got to imagine, and he should be able to fend off the Reaper rush.
Which is a very smart choice here, because the Reapers, we've said this time and time again, but that's because it's been happening over and over, is once these Reapers come out, we're going to see if he queues one up right now. The Zerglings on the creep, especially with that Zergling speed, almost impossible. And you were saying, HD, how the rush distance on this map is so short, and he's still scouted with the drone, even though the Overlord scouting isn't that far. So I think this is good play by Rhett, realizing there's a high chance of Reapers, and he sent that drone out. This is probably one of the least common maps to drone scout on, simply because the Overlord gets there so fast.
Yeah, and it's a one-on-one map, but I think Red has been kind of taken aback by how LZ has gone for these Reapers time and time again, so he wants to see it, he wants to know exactly what's going on. First Reaper on the way right here. If this drone sticks around for much longer, probably going to get just demolished, and then we'll see how Red is going to be able to hold off against the Reapers, but I think he should be fine.
Yeah, this drone is on the wrong side of town. He is definitely going to get killed by this Reaper, but I honestly think it was worth sacrificing that drone to make sure there wasn't going to be a Marauder or anything crazy like that coming out. He needs to know for sure exactly what's about to hit him, and a lot of times as a Zerg player, you actually have to sacrifice an Overlord to get that scouting, so for him to use a drone, probably going to be worth it. He does have an Overlord over here chilling by the statue. He's at a very safe location there. There's this command center very early. Yeah. Again, with that Reaper build, you get that extremely early. He's getting it even more early this game, and it does look like we may actually transition into a macro game for once, as LzGaMer is not interested in using these Reapers right now.
Yeah, I guess maybe because LZ saw that there was a drone there, and he basically told Red that he's going for Reapers yet again. He feels like it's not going to work, and you know that's the right choice. But right now, those Reapers were a cost investment for him, and they're not paying off dividends right now. They're just sitting inside the main. I mean, he's got his fast expansion going up. Zerg player also having his fast expo going up. It's kind of funny on Steps of War how I would imagine this map typically ends in such fast games, but from what I've seen, a lot of games end up going for a really long time.
It's going to be difficult for Red to seal the deal right here. There's going to be no way that LZ can move out anytime soon to end this game. So if Red tries to do an all-in attack, maybe get some mass Zerglings as soon as this expansion's trying to land, force LZ maybe out of position a little bit, that is one possibility. But considering he's getting his own expansion fairly early, don't know if we're going to see that. And he does have his lair on the way. No Roach Warrens. So again, I don't think we're going to see a super early push here from either player. There goes the scan on. So, I mean, LzGaMer's going to know exactly what's going on. He probably doesn't know about this expansion yet. I can't imagine that he does. No, he doesn't, but after scanning that, he's going to know what's up, and so he should be safe to expand right now.
Yeah, I just want to call attention to how we have LzGaMer blocking off his front door here, even using a command center initially just to help with that wall off. Second game, he didn't wall off very well, and that's what caused him to lose. And he knows right now that Red has speedlings because he basically told Red, hey, look, I've got Reapers. So he knows that Red is going to go speedlings to counter that. So he blocked it off very nicely. He might not even lift off the command center for a while, just leave it there to kind of wall off. And we'll see if he does try to capture that fast expand right away. I think that'd be kind of suicidal if he does, though.
Yeah, with only having 4 units right now, he's got to be really careful not to overextend himself when he gets that expansion. So I do like how he got the orbital command right away. He can start using these mules or the scans at any time he wants. And I do want to draw attention to this armory that's on the way right now. Since he did get the super early gas, I do think he's going to get some sort of Thor here. He does have the add-on for the factory already, and so we could see early Thors here. But Red doesn't really have all that much. I think he'll probably have time to counter that Thor, as since he's not going... Yeah, so he does have the mutas right now, so he has to be careful with those mutas. But one thing about the Thor is that they're so big and clunky. If Red does get mass muta, he can actually fly back and forth between the main and the natural. It could be effective. We'll see, though, but there's also a Roach Warren.
Huh, this is weird, seeing Red going for a Spire and then also throwing down a Roach Warren. Perhaps he's thinking, I'm going to go with a Muta Harass, but he doesn't have enough minerals. It almost looks like he tried to go for a 2-base Muta play, but he didn't have enough minerals to do this. And now he might have 1 or 2 here or there. It's going to take him a long time to build up those Mutas. And then I guess he's going to transition into some kind of a ground-based Roach build. He doesn't really have that many Speedlings out either, and SCV is going out here to test the front. And as soon as LZ sees exactly how many units he's facing up against, once he sees the lack of Zerglings, he's probably going to move out with his command center. There's really not that many.
Yeah, he did actually catch a glimpse of those Zerglings in this Spine Crawler finishing just in time. But like you mentioned, this Spire is really weird. I've been looking at the production tab. No Mutas actually on the way, so I'm not exactly sure what Red's plan is here. He hasn't made a single Muta at all, but he does have that, and he's not getting, you know, Muta attack or anything like that. So I guess maybe just to throw LZ off, or he decided to do a tech switch. I don't know what he's doing, but either way, they are still both definitely in this game as they are macroing up, although these 5 idle drones need to get back to work there. There they go. And so like you said, though, LZ is going to see, hey, there's not that big of an army, plus Thor is here, and he will be able to protect this with this army, even putting a bunker right here, not only to protect the ramp, but the command center. So we're definitely seeing a macro game right now.
Yeah, who needs to wall off the ramp when you could just put Thor there? That thing just blocks off the whole thing anyways. But it looks like we're going to have LZ starting to build up his income as well. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the income tab. Zerg player Red still by and far ahead, but Red is going to be able to mule up, and his minerals at least should start to catch up to the Zerg player pretty soon. And we did see Roach speed being researched, so I guess we're going to see Red transition more into a Roach-based build.
Which I think is a good idea, especially against these Thors. Yeah, the Roaches are probably your best bet in the early stages of a game against Thors. If you can get that Roach burrow and then just pop out right on top of the Thors, you can do a lot of damage. And just the worker count here is actually pretty low for LzGaMer compared to Red. So Red has been macroing very hard. That's why at this stage of the game he only has Roaches and Zerglings, because he has been just crazy good income right now, and so it does look like LzGaMer was catching up in the income there. And then, yeah, I mean, I just don't know what else to say, because they are going to be both macroing up. I think that both players do have a healthy unit mixture. From LZ, maybe get some more Marines, because right now he does have a pretty good counter to the Mass Roach, but the Zerglings could be giving him some trouble.
Yeah, the Zerglings are pretty much the direct counter to that army of Marauders and Thors, especially to the Thors. If you get those Speedlings around those Thors, say goodnight. Now, I'd kind of like to see LzGaMer maybe make use